Vous pouvez m'entendre? Oui, ça marche. Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, au nom de BASEL AREA Business Innovation et de l'initiative Industrial Transformation, je vous souhaite à tous et à toutes la bienvenue. On va organiser... Vous entendez bien? Là, c'est mieux. Pardon. Oh, excusez-moi. On va faire un petit peu de gymnastique d'esprit et parler à la fois en anglais et à la fois en français. Donc, pour ceux qui ne comprennent pas l'anglais, ils n'auront pas toute la séance à ne rien comprendre. Et puis, ceux qui ne comprennent pas le français, c'est la même chose. Donc, on va jouer. Chacun va parler sa langue comme on fait en général en Suisse. Just I would like to start with a big thanks on my team. Albert, Sherin, and Frederick for all the job we are doing. And without them, it will be not have been possible to do all what we have done this year and to be here today. So thank you very much. And also thank you to our partners, the Interreg programs, Swiss Confederation, and the cantons, Basel-Stadt, Basel-Land, and Canton Jura, and also Mazar as partner for our activities. Notre programme aujourd'hui, on va commencer par la table ronde, une demi-heure d'échange autour de la transformation digitale, la transformation industrielle et l'intelligence artificielle, avec un panel d'experts. Ensuite, on va remettre les awards, les trophées aux gagnants de notre concours i4 Challenge. Et ensuite, vous serez tous invités, toutes et toutes invitées à participer au cocktail sur notre stand, juste à 20 mètres d'ici. Ok, je profite encore de l'événement pour vous présenter qu'est-ce qu'on fait, nous, Industrial Transformation, BASEL AREA Business Innovation. Donc, on fait des événements de sensibilisation, des événements de networking. On a des cercles technologiques qui se répètent de manière à ce qu'on ait une continuité et puis un engagement plus important des personnes. On a un projet autour de l'intelligence artificielle qu'on appelle AI for SMEs pour collectivement apporter aux entreprises l'opportunité de découvrir l'intelligence artificielle de manière pragmatique et concrète. Et puis, on a i4 Challenge, dont vous verrez les gagnants juste après cette introduction. Et la table ronde. Voilà. Donc, je vais demander aux différents experts. Alors, j'ai le plaisir d'avoir des experts français, des experts allemands et des experts suisses de bien vouloir venir me rejoindre. Moi, je vais être obligé de me lever et puis on démarre. On laisse la place. Bien. Comme tu veux. So, I will switch in English and try to translate some question if I speak to French-speaking people. The topic of our conference is without artificial intelligence, no digital transformation. And I would like to start the discussion with a first question, maybe for Philip or Caspar to start. You have a microphone in front of you. There are a lot of digitalization projects in the industry. What is at stake for the enterprise? Your point of view.
I think for the enterprises in the whole domain of digitalization, there are mainly two aspects. One is the industry constantly has to drive for more efficiency and better quality. If you want to improve the efficiency and quality, you will need digital solutions, you will need neural networks. You're depending on experience of your employees, which you now try to support the younger generation, and this you need digitalization technologies to do this. The second aspect, I think, are then more like completely breaking or new revolutionizing the business models with digital the business models, which you probably not can start with, but if you start this journey of digitalization, you might then end up with a completely new idea how you can revolutionize your business. Then plenty of digitalization projects, I think, start many of them and learn to fail fast. Try them out, evaluate them, no success, stop them fast. I think that's very important in this domain.
Thank you.
I can totally agree what you said. I think the most important is finding the right use cases. It must be possible, and you have to imagine that every artificial intelligence project is also an IT project. So you need clean data, you need structured data, and you need a use case with a good return on investment. It's not only an experiment. It's need for your new business.
Thank you. Nicolas, en tant que représentant d'une PME, alors je n'ai pas présenté chacun des présentateurs, des experts, vous les avez sur l'écran avec les fonctions et les photos. Nicolas, en tant que représentant d'une PME, quelle est la position pour toi?
Alors,
quels sont les enjeux pour une PME, la digitalisation?
Oui, alors effectivement, on est une PME qui est dans une niche, donc ça ne peut pas être généralisé non plus à toute entreprise quelconque. Je pense qu'on est vraiment très focalisé sur les process tels qu'on les a en place depuis bien longtemps, et je pense qu'il faut aujourd'hui une prise de conscience de toutes les données qu'on a pu générer et qu'on a à disposition, qui est absolument inexploitée aujourd'hui, quoi. Et je pense que ça peut apporter une vraie plus-value pour l'entreprise, non seulement au niveau des process internes, mais aussi on peut intégrer cette intelligence supplémentaire dans les produits qu'on va mettre à disposition de nos clients pour mieux adresser les besoins des clients.
Merci. Merci bien. Suzy, working in a large company, what is your point of view to this topic?
So at Eiffage and its industrial brand, Clumsy, our clients expect naturally to do more with less. And so we have challenges regarding, for example, increasing the efficiency of energy. So we need the industrial equipment to turn on time, not before, not after. We do not want to impact the production lines at all. We need definitely to reduce the environmental impacts of construction and industrial sites. We need to optimize the calendar of maintenance, so production has to go on as long as possible. Maintenance have to happen just on time, just only the required amount of maintenance for equipment. So traditional solutions have been exhausted, and digital transformation carries certain promises along these strategic lines.
Thank you. Yes, let's talk about the AI, and with Felix and Emmanuel, maybe. I would say in English, and Felix, you will start maybe. As a software developer, today, how much is based on AI, and how much will be in the future?
Yeah, it's a pretty good question, and the answer must be very honest. That there's a good Google paper actually you can read from 2012 about that. That for sure AI is the enabler, so that very important core, the USP of a solution. But there's no AI solution, no successful AI solution with all the infrastructure around. So you need the AI part as a core, but you need a lot of infrastructure topics and data topics all around. So it's like the 10% USP plus 90% a lot of IT work to make it happen.
Okay, thank you. Est-ce que je dois répéter la question en français ou?
Oh, tu peux, ouais, pour que les gens...
Aujourd'hui, en tant que développeur de soft, quelle est la part d'IA dans l'activité et quelle est ta perspective dans le futur?
Alors, actuellement, chez Eureka Solutions, comme on est éditeur de progiciels, de logiciels, au niveau des développeurs, en fait, au niveau du cursus scolaire, il y a de plus en plus de cursus qui incluent de l'IA. Donc, on a quelques petites compétences qui arrivent maintenant dans les développeurs que l'on intègre. Par contre, au niveau de ce qu'on demande aux développeurs, c'est pas du tout ça. On leur demande de programmer pour l'instant. Et après, c'est nous qui les formons à l'IA que nous, on utilise directement dans Eureka ERP. Donc, on leur apprend en fait les différentes méthodes pour intégrer une IA dans Eureka, dans nos logiciels. Hein. Donc, toutes les méthodes pour collecter les informations, pour analyser les données et après pour produire un résultat. Donc, nous, on passe par toutes ces étapes qu'on leur apprend par rapport à notre logiciel pour pouvoir les former.
Et est-ce que l'IA fait une différence avec les autres sans IA et avec IA?
Bon, on va dire que non, parce que la faculté d'analyse, les développeurs l'ont généralement déjà. Donc après, c'est juste analyser les données et puis après faire l'adéquation avec les besoins de nos clients. Et ça, ils le font avec des gens métiers ou avec nos clients directement. Donc on fait la corrélation entre les deux et on va dire qu'il faut un minimum de compétences et après ils apprennent sur le terrain, on va dire.
Et pour le client, avec ou sans IA?
Ah, le client, alors lui, c'est celui-là qui a le moins de compétences. Ça veut dire que nous, quand on va utiliser notre IA, on en parlera peut-être après, ça va permettre de faciliter l'utilisation de notre logiciel. Donc, quand on va lui dire, bah voilà, on va utiliser de l'IA dans certaines fonctionnalités de notre ERP, en fait, on va travailler avec lui. Derrière, on va dire, on va faciliter qu'il y ait de l'IA ou pas, s'il va pas forcément le voir tout de suite non plus.
Mais, okay. Felix, how does it make a difference to the other solution?
Yeah, it's the AI part is like the core of such kind of learning solution, and the main difference is that it keeps evolving. So even though you introduce maybe a not really 100% fitting solution, it can continuously keep on learning and evolve, so it can get better, which might be quite an interesting aspect when you see an AI project launched and you're not really confident. So maybe you should discuss a time frame within this new software, which is continuously increasing in competences and in accuracy. Might be good to re-evaluate, so maybe not after one day, but after 1 week or 1 month to see, okay, how does it progress, how does it adopt to the current situation? So that makes it, I would say, different because it continuously keep on evolving. It can get better, it could get worse, so that you have to keep in mind always.
Okay, thank you. Susie, you are working at Lab Intelligence Artificielle at the KM0. What are you doing with your team there?
So actually, we have two missions. One mission is internal. We are promoting the adoption of artificial intelligence across internal teams, especially maintenance teams. For example, the maintainers of photovoltaic centers need to detect anomalies in the performance of their centers, which is contractual to them. We need to detect automatically defects in photovoltaic modules from thermography images. We need to find associations between millions of alarms on maintenance sites, like for example at tunnels in the city of Lyon. So we promote AI internally, we develop and we deploy solutions for internal teams. And then our second mission is to enrich the offers of Eclimcy with the AI components so that our external clients can benefit from the expertise that we are building internally around AI on industrial projects, more specifically, and we develop and deploy solutions to them.
Thank you. So just have a look at the R&D part or development part. Caspar and Philippe, what are you doing, you and your team, exactly to the R&D in the area AI?
So, I mean, the neural network itself is more or less commodity. There are big open source software around, and you more or less can drag and drop them into your framework. They're the hyperscaler with all the pipelines and the toolboxes, and they claim, of course, just use it, you can solve all your issues. The problem is who actually solves it really? Who goes to the client, to SMEs, takes the data and really solves then the issue with a neural network? So we focus a lot on these pre-processing steps, on then the management of the data, the certification, the usability. There's always the human factor in it. Where do you get the expert knowledge from? It's usually the humans. So if you ask someone to label your data and this person understands if she does a good job, tomorrow she will no longer have a job. How will be the result? So there's a lot of human factor involved to get the expert data, which you desperately need to train neural networks into the system. So we develop a lot of these tools, and many times it's a combination of known neural networks and then fine-tuning for the specific purpose for one client. I think this is the secret. Otherwise, you end up with an accuracy of 80%. What you need in industry is 99%.
I think it's a good point about the human intelligence, because when you're talking about artificial intelligence and what we see in all the project is that the easy things are difficult and the difficult things are easy for the artificial intelligence. Yeah, for example, if you say a machine or an algorithm search for one word in these 1,000 document, it takes only seconds. For us, it needs days or months on the one side, and on the other side, when you say, okay, try to translate the spoken language and write it down, that's quite difficult for the machines. For us, it's quite easy. So this, and from this reason, I think you have all to think: is this the right use case? With this. And we see now in the businesses that the focus is on the normal, on the easy processes, where you can fasten your whole process.
Ok, thank you. Peut-être maintenant une question pour vous tous. Après tout ce qu'on vient de dire, les différents exemples et la manière dont on travaille, est-ce qu'on peut dire que on peut pas faire, ou est-ce qu'on peut faire la transformation digitale sans IA ou avec IA? In English, after all what we said, is digital transformation possible without AI?
I think it's a re-question. Is AA possible without digitalization? Because I think first, digitalization is the first step about getting your own mind shift, and then you can, in the second step, use the technology of artificial intelligence to fasten your whole digitalization strategy.
I would like to add that in addition to all what is said about the need of a human expertise and data in digital transformation, it's not only about AI. We talk lots and lots about AI in the companies, but what about data governance, maintaining the usability of data, and what about data engineering, building the pipelines to guarantee the good ingestion and collection for data. We also need to talk about data architecture, especially that we have more and more applications which are low code, and so the data ownership is becoming a critical question on the level of enterprise. So the way I think about AI, or the role of AI in the digital transformation, is not only developing a final product, but looking at it as a journey and benefiting from the different components that AI needs during this journey to raise a discussion in the team around the different aspects of digital transformation.
I think so far we use computers mainly to replace jobs humans are very bad in: sorting, exact calculation. And this is all done with traditional algorithm statistics. Now what we're aiming for is basically supporting, replacing where the human is strong. So this is experience. What's the problem with experience? I cannot write you down how to ride a bicycle. You read it and you can do it. You have to experience it on yourself. And if we talk about these kind of tasks now in a production environment, we have to talk about neural networks, because I think traditional algorithm statistics will not solve it. We're aiming for a different purpose.
Oui. Donc, c'est vrai que la transformation digitale, est-ce qu'on a besoin de l'IA? Je dirais oui et non. Ça dépend à quel niveau on veut se placer. Si une transformation digitale, c'est déjà juste changer son système pour avoir un système plus évolutif et un système plus adapté, on n'a pas forcément besoin de l'IA. Par contre, si on veut simplifier la vie des utilisateurs en allant chercher des données pertinentes à un moment donné, là, si on doit brasser énormément de données, l'IA a son intérêt. Donc je dirais ça dépend du métier, ça dépend de l'utilisateur et des use cases que l'on va pouvoir déterminer par rapport au client.
Ok.
Alors sur ce point, je rejoins totalement Emmanuel, c'est qu'on a, du moins dans notre domaine, on on a de moins en moins d'experts vraiment très spécialisés dans un domaine bien précis. Et donc, on a besoin de déplacer cette intelligence dans des algorithmes pour essayer de simplifier la vie de l'utilisateur au final. Et ça, c'est pas juste sur une base de données et puis des calculs statistiques qui vont nous permettre d'y arriver. On a besoin d'aller beaucoup plus loin là-dessus.
I think as several person already mentioned, it's a change process as well. So humans need to be quite early involved in where does it make sense to digitalize without AI, because the use case is quite robust and can be good predicted with the classical systems. And where do we really have to design advanced systems, and how does it interact with the person, because the person would like to love a good system at the end, who's working with it on a daily basis, and not just a system which is very complex because everybody wanted to integrate AI even though it was not necessary to do it. So always think from the person or from the operator's perspective, is it really a case where we need a complex system, yes or no? And if yes, do it. If not, do it not.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I would like to go a little bit more concrete with AI and companies, and maybe ask some different aspects. Philip, AI means new competencies. What concrete do we need to develop it?
It's for sure more complex than in the past. You had one good engineer, he could design an algorithm for a vision task and it worked. And today you have many more stakeholders involved. You somewhere need the computation power, you need the quality management from the beginning at the table. I mean, if he does not understand this kind of black box approach of a neural network, he will never sign it off. So you can develop it as long as you want, you will never get into production. You still need, of course, this mathematical kind of background. It's an abstract, it's a large mathematical statistics behind, so this is still core. But what I think is key is to have many different stakeholders at the table. It's the quality management, it's the domain knowledge. So you cannot, I mean, one guy is the data scientist, he just knows everything about the algorithms and the data, but if he makes no sense context-wise to the problem, it's just usually never a good solution. So you need the domain expert. This is usually a mechanic person from the machine. Then you need the computing power people, the IT, and support from top management. I think all are equally necessary to have a good solution out in the field.
Thank you. Nicolas, si on parle de management, qu'est-ce que l'IA demande?
Je pense que déjà, il faut arriver à vendre sa vision et les objectifs qu'on peut avoir, essayer de la vendre vraiment au management, histoire qu'on ait ce support dont Philippe venait de parler, c'est absolument nécessaire. Et après, je pense qu'il ne faut pas non plus présenter le projet comme je prends quelques algorithmes, je balance quelques données dedans et puis il y a quelque chose qui en ressort et je peux l'utiliser. Il y a plus de complexité derrière, il y a des différentes étapes à respecter et puis je pense qu'il ne faut pas négliger justement la complexité de ce projet. Sinon, ça va aboutir à une défaite à coup sûr. Il faut vraiment respecter chacune des étapes et puis progresser de façon itérative. Je pense que c'est vraiment sur ces points-là qu'il faut travailler depuis le début.
Merci. Suzy, what do you think about data?
Data is definitely a requirement for any AI project. Most of what we call AI today in companies is actually machine learning. And when thinking about machine learning, it is helpful sometimes to reflect how a human child learns. So a human child would need just multiple or some instances of the same phenomenon to be able to learn what this phenomenon is about. However, a machine learning algorithm, as said, might need hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, in some cases, especially for neural network, to be able to learn about the phenomenon at place. So we talk a lot about big data, but especially in industry, in certain applications, for example, in medicine and pharma, on maintenance sites, small data is also a problem. Collecting data might be costly and might not be possible if the experiments are not well designed with domain experts to be able to get the right data. just to give an example, it's never exciting to tell a maintenance operator that the machine should break multiple times so that an AI model could understand what's going on. So we need the quality data, we need a certain volume of data, and we need domain expertise to be able to interpret and enrich this data.
Thank you. Caspar? Digital transformation strategy?
I think, yeah, it's everything starts with a good strategy. So I think, and every use case or every experiment you make, you need the final decision of your management. So I think it always starts with a strategy, and you have to think if you only want to be competitive in your business, perhaps against United States and Chinese industries, or you want to create new business. And this starts with a good strategy for new business and new digitalization.
Thank you. Emmanuel, comment l'intelligence artificielle a changé l'organisation chez Eureka Solutions?
Alors plutôt chez nos clients, hein, puisqu'on l'a intégré chez nos clients. Alors le but pour nous, c'était vraiment de pousser l'information aux utilisateurs, hein, de faciliter l'utilisation de notre logiciel. Donc pour ce fait, on a utilisé donc, une IA par des assistants. Le but, c'était que des gens qui ne se connectent pas forcément à notre logiciel, des gens dans les ateliers ou des gens des itinérants, en fait, utilisent des assistants pour pouvoir avoir l'information très rapidement. Donc ça a changé l'utilisation et la perception de notre logiciel au travers de ces assistants qu'on a mis sous Teams, par exemple, hein, pour pouvoir récupérer les informations pertinentes suite à des use cases, hein, que l'on a fait chez nos clients, hein, au fur et à mesure. On a pris tous nos clients, on a fait la loi de Pareto 80-20 et on a regardé les questions les plus courantes qui étaient posées par les utilisateurs. Et par rapport à ça, on a adapté l'IA pour trouver les informations qui se trouvaient dans nos données et notre base de données.
Ok, merci. Maybe one more question. How can a use case in the area of AI be defined? Suzy, maybe, and Emmanuel also. But you can, Suzy.
So I'll mention some components that are very essential. So first, the problem statement should be smart. It's just like when trying to solve any problem without AI, it should be relevant. It should be measurable. We should have a metric on place that we decide upon with a domain analyst from the onset of the project. The second component is exploitable data, and I emphasize exploitable here, not any data, exploitable data. And the third component is definitely domain expertise, and especially choosing a project which is relevant to the team and which people can be passionate about and can really help them. Does not have any promise to replace them on the long term. Otherwise, people, of course, would not be motivated about it. So I think these are the main three components.
Emmanuel, tu veux ajouter quelque chose?
Oui, nous, quand on a recherché en fait les use cases chez les clients, on a vraiment axé notre recherche sur ce qui permettait ce qui faisait perdre du temps à nos clients, en fait, qui n'avait aucune valeur ajoutée. Par exemple, quand il y avait des problèmes techniques, hein, des imprimantes qui ne marchaient plus, par exemple, des choses comme ça, ou qu'un représentant ou un commercial sur le terrain demandait des informations à l'ADV pour avoir ces informations-là. Donc les deux assistants que nous, on a mis en place, c'était vraiment un assistant technique dans les ateliers, hein, pour des problèmes d'imprimante ou de perte de mots de passe, parce que là, l'IT n'avait aucune valeur ajoutée à réactiver des mots de passe, par exemple, hein, et à résoudre des problèmes d'imprimante. Et surtout, ces informations, elles étaient pertinentes parce qu'on arrivait à retrouver, par rapport à ce qui se trouvait sur le serveur, les réponses adéquates. Et pour les itinérants, s'ils avaient besoin des chiffres d'affaires, ils étaient dans la voiture ou des choses comme ça, on peut, grâce aux assistants, leur donner les informations pertinentes tout de suite grâce à des mots-clés et à des phrases.
Ok, merci bien. I would like to conclude with the last questions. What are the first steps to start an AI project for all of you? One first step. What?
I mean, the good thing is the hype is over. And after the hype, according to Gartner, we can start with the productivity. So we know what works, we know what does not work, and the whole credo of data in, gold out failed. So now you have, if you acquire data, what usually people can do quite easy, then you have to go through the process of clean the data, normalize the data, pre-process the data, store them in the right manner, maybe in an appropriate database, not just in a CSV file or Excel. Then do some easy visualization, and in many cases your problem is already much, much smaller or almost solved. So these are the first step. Then on top of this, you have the basis to apply AI if necessary.
I think I can totally agree. Yeah, you have to find the right case, then get the goal of your management, because it takes money, time, and resources, and all this stuff. And start small, think big. It's an old sentence, but it's still alive and very important in this area. And yeah, and then you need data, and data.
Thank you.
Start to talk to the end user as early as possible to get an idea, how does he solve the problem today? Is there a problem? How valuable is this problem? How much money could we spend to solve it? And what is he desiring? How does could a solution look like? So the end user involvement, I would say, is quite step one.
Nicolas?
Moi, je peux juste rajouter par rapport à ce qui a été dit que c'est vraiment ces premières étapes qui sont absolument cruciales. Et je pense qu'il faut s'assister d'un expert pour pouvoir être accompagné dans ces premières étapes. Il faut que la base soit bien établie, parce que sinon après ça va être compliqué pour finaliser le projet.
Juste pour compléter, oui, quand on mène un projet d'IA, déjà c'est déjà d'avoir un but, de savoir ce qu'on veut faire. Parce qu'on ne va pas dire je vais faire de l'IA, je vais mettre les données et puis je vais attendre qu'elle me sorte quelque chose. Ça marchera pas. Hein. Donc il faut déjà avoir un but et se dire je vais arriver à ce but-là et en quoi l'IA va m'aider. C'est comme ça qu'il faut procéder, parce qu'on ne peut pas dire je vais regarder ce que fait l'IA et je vais dire tiens, ça pourrait m'intéresser. Non, on va avoir un but et après on va utiliser l'IA pour arriver à ce but-là.
Yeah, and in addition to what have been said, I would say that the choice of the problem is very essential for first the project. The problem should be a problem which really touches the day-to-day work of the team and facilitate their work, so that they would be ready to have discussions around it, because we can always develop a blind models, but blind models would waste time and would definitely lead to demotivation around AI.
Ok, merci beaucoup. Il me reste à vous remercier vraiment beaucoup pour vos conseils et vos éclairages sur la thématique. Merci public d'avoir été là. Merci à vous. Et puis, je vous propose qu'on passe avec Albert à la deuxième partie de la conférence pour la remise des prix. Merci.
Okay, now there's some suspense. Who are the winners? Well, some of you might have met them already at our booth, and I really am very happy to announce them in public today. So, our jury, consisting of 28 experts from the industry, has selected out of many applications this year. They have selected the winners, the 6 winners in the area of innovative ideas, and also 5 winners which are not present today on the area of new ideas. So we got the 6 winners from innovative solutions. The first one I would like to ask to come on stage is A-Metal with Stefan and André. Congratulations to both of them. As you can read, they have a solution in the area of metal 3D printing. Very interesting. Come and see it at our booth in more details. The next one I like to be asked to be on stage is a company coming from Strasbourg, which is the company Lines, also 3D printing. And let me welcome the team and congratulate the team of Lines. All right, so here's the team from Strasbourg winning in the area of 3D printing. Congratulations. The next winner, which I like to ask to come on stage, is the company Remon, which have a solution based on augmented reality. Thank you very much. The sixth in a row, or the fourth in a row, is the company or the representative of Plus 10 coming from Stuttgart. Felix, he was on stage before, so he has a very interesting project in the area of production technology. Congratulations, Felix. And then we go further. Company Ketag with Michael and Damiano, company from Switzerland. Some of you who were present in the past year have seen Michael on stage as well. He was one of the winners with another product last year. So he made it again. Congratulations. It's in the area of identifying motors. And the last one, which I would like to come on stage, it's the two persons from Ponera Group coming from Ticino in Switzerland. A long way to go to Mulhouse, but they are here. I'm happy to welcome Brian and Matthew. Thank you very much, and all the best to all the winners for their future endeavors. It was a pleasure to select them, to work with them, and do and get as many paying customers as you can. It's very important not just to have the investor, but also to have all the activities which need to be customers, customers, customers. All right. So at the end of our today's event, I would like to invite you all to a short apéro on our booth. It's, as Sebastian mentioned, it's something like 20 meters in this direction. And I hope to see you all there to cheer and to congratulate the winners of the i4 Challenge 2022. Thank you very much. And I would like to ask all the winners to come on stage so that we can make or shoot some group photos. Thank you very much.